place. The great walls of this great sacred temple, right now as I speak to you, is being disassembled stone by stone. Arab workers are removing rock and wall material every day and simply discarding it as debris. You know why? Because it's not their story. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The defacement and destruction of the temples, tombs, and pyramids is happening at such a rate that even those who went back with me this year, who went with me a few years ago, expressed the pain in seeing the changes made since they were there a couple of years ago. What's most painful, family, is that, and check this out, in the matter of a few minutes, Arab workers, by the way, let me tell y'all, they are employed. They didn't just decide to get up one morning and go find a chisel and a hammer and go deface the pyramids and whatever, and temples and walls. They didn't just wake up and say, let's go do something. No. These Arab workers have been employed by major corporations from Europe and America and Cairo. In a matter of a few minutes, they are able to deface and destroy the sacred African temple carvings from the holy places of our ancestors that have stood the test of time for thousands of years. Under the excuse, as I said before, of restoring the temple, restoration program. Wow. The temples and tombs, they are altering and removing the features and details of temple images until, guess what, y'all? Even I don't recognize some of the stuff. The years I've been going there, sometimes now when I go back, I can say, wait a minute, where was, I thought this was, where? Y'all, there was something here. You know? Folks look at me like, do he really know what he's talking about? Yes. But changes have been made. So we must ask ourselves, why is this being done? For me, the answer is clear and simple. It's the subject of today's message. What is it? No evidence? What? Say it with me. No evidence?
No evidence.
No argument.
No argument.
One more time. No evidence?
No evidence.
No argument.
No argument.
You see, brothers and sisters, the religions, check this out now, and I hope y'all be all right with this statement, but I got to say it to you. The religions of the world, especially Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, especially those three, cannot proliferate. They cannot continue to grow as long as evidence remains that will cancel them out. Are y'all hearing this? You see, years ago it wasn't really that important to deface the objects because we weren't really into traveling home. We weren't really into traveling back to the Nile Valley. We weren't really into going back to the cradle of civilization. But now, too many of us are going back to the northeast corner and seeing the evidence and coming back saying, wait a minute. And you're going to see some of what I'm talking about shortly. Therefore, family, it is imperative that the evidence be systematically destroyed and extirpated. Everybody say extirpated.
Extirpated.
From the face of the earth. Now, I had to repeat that so you'll understand the depth of that word. Extirpate. To extirpate means to pluck up by the root. To extirpate means to root something out, to root it out. To extirpate means to completely eradicate a thing. To wholly, W-H-O-L-L-Y, to wholly destroy it so that no trace remains of its existence. When you think about the extirpation of a people, it's called genocide. As we stood on the high dam, I'm going to show you that as well. As we stood on the high dam in Aswan, I explained to our tour group that we are Lake Nasser is the largest man-made lake in the world. Lake Nasser was created as a result of the flow of the Nile River being stopped. Now here's what's deep. The Nile River is the only river in the world that flows north. Instead of flowing north to south, it flows from south to north. And when you're in the Nile Valley, you say up south instead of down south. And when you're in the Nile Valley, you say down north instead of up north. The reason for that, family, is because the further south you go from the Mediterranean basin, the further south you go into the continent, the higher the landmass is. Because you're going to Mount Kilimanjaro, known by the ancient Africans as the mountain at the base of the moon. So you see, this is where the Nile River begins. And being that Mount Kilimanjaro is so high, gravity makes the Nile River flow north. Am I making sense?
Yes.
You see, it wasn't until this dam was built that a lot of damage was done. The building of this dam took place from 1958 to 1970. 12 years. This dam, and I'm going to show it to you, this dam is so big that you can put at least 5 or 6 great pyramids inside this dam. Now you've heard me say many times that the Great Pyramid is the largest structure on the planet. Yes. It's the largest monument on the planet. The high dam at Aswan is the largest structure on this planet. It stopped the annual inundation of the Nile. Now what do you mean inundation, Pastor Ray? Here's how it goes, y'all. God designed it.
Yes. Right. Yes.
Hear what I'm saying to you. Y'all ever hear this thing to change the course of mighty rivers? Ben Steele with his bare hands. Faster than a locomotive. Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Who is that? Superman. Go ahead. Right. Superman. Who was disguised as a mild-mannered reporter. Clark Kent. You see, it was his disguise that was most important.
That's right.
The people who built the high dam disguised the dam as a good thing. Because they said it will provide electricity to all of Egypt. Okay, they built the high dam. And hundreds of thousands of Nubians lost their lives.
That's right.
Hundreds of thousands of Nubians had to be displaced. Because when the dam was built, it backed up the flow of the river, and the river began to spill over and created the largest lake in the world. Let me tell you a little bit about this lake. Lake Nasser spans approximately 1,550 miles. Did y'all hear what I just said? It's over 310 miles long. The average width of the lake is 6 miles, and its widest point is 21 miles wide. And in certain points, it is over 600 feet deep. Man-made lake. Not only were the lives